Hey folks, it's 10:24 a.m. 24th 8th 2023, Thursday. Intro video for what I'm calling the Bust Not Saved sculpture. So basically, instead of doing my due diligence, researching what clays I should do and the reputation of these clays, air dry clay, especially the white one, over the modeling clay, which is the grey one, or the greyish, meant that I wasted money and time on this project. And simply because of that, it comes down to my fault. Simply not researching these clays. And I'm putting this up so people, if they do see this video, they won't make the same mistake I do or did. If you watch my first videos, you'll see the brands, because I think I showed the brand of the 4 kilo one. I'm not sure. No, I don't think I did, but I did show the white one. And anything like that brand clay, don't buy that unless you just want to play with dough. Basically, is what all you should be doing. I didn't have a lot of tools to make this. I mostly just used my fingers, both my hands, and when I started to get serious with it, I started using a paring knife, and I made a little half round scraper or shaper, whatever you want to call it, to remove excess clay where I didn't want it. So yeah. Effects. Wednesday. So wherever that white air dry clay was has simply just dried out and became brittle, which means it dries too quickly. Doesn't give it enough time to set properly. So anything over 5 to 10 mils will disintegrate. And so I've had to remove the majority of that white clay, other than the grey clay has simply cracked because of the white clay, as far as I can tell. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'll leave it there for a while, probably a couple of weeks, and see if I can get some grey clay. 10 bucks for 500 grams, maybe, because that white stuff is useless. Should be illegal to sell that. So I suppose this is for chapter 2 sequence. What sequence is it? It's I don't know, 5, 6, lost count. I may add this up as chapter 3, or I might remove chapter 2 and add it to that, depending on the views, I suppose. We'll see what happens. Hey folks, Thursday morning, and wherever this white clay was underneath simply just cracked, and the crack was all the way to the armature. So which means I don't know how much of it I'm going to be able to save. I might have to start all over again. You can see the crack, which was all the way down here. I'm showing you guys, say if you decide to do something similar, you don't make the same mistake. What happened was that I did a little bit of research, which I should have done it beforehand but didn't do, is that this greyish clay is a modelling clay, and this white clay I've seen only used in small art projects, small jobs, you know, about the size of your hand and about 5 to 10 mil thick, and mostly used by kindergarten kids or so on. So that was my mistake. So I may attempt this again later on, but now I know what I need to do and not do when it comes to the clay. So yeah, we'll have to because he's lost most of his neck now, and this crack happened because there was a cavity when I put it on. So that's my fault, not the clay's fault when it comes to that section. But the rest of it, wherever I had this clay, has simply just disintegrated and broken apart on its own, while this modelling clay hasn't. But this modelling clay I can only find in 5 kilo lots of $40. So, and I need at least 6 kilos to make this. Well, so I suppose this is what sequence is this now? 6, 7. I even made out of an old knife a clay scraper, but now I've got some more cleaning to do, and if you know me, you know I don't like cleaning, but it has to be done. Yeah, so because now there's no neck left, I'll probably just break it all up and put it in the bin. That's a shame. I put a bit of effort into it. I eventually put some effort into that. So, but now I know what not to use. So anyway, that's a shame. Alright, thanks for watching. Folks. Well, you're going to see me demolish what's left of this clay. So, starting off with the head, which is actually quite thick. So, consider this a clay autopsy, basically, to see if it's cracking underneath and if there's any cavities. Where there's no cavities, there's no cracks. So trying to get to this side so I can just pop the rest off. So this is the end of the video, and it looks like my armature might also be a little bit too big. So there's another lesson learned. make sure the armature, which is this centerpiece, is what they call it. And yeah, looks like this might be, yeah, too thick and too wide, because there's not a lot of clay there. Yep, there's another cavity there, so that would have probably broken off eventually. So taking me an hour to do this initially means I basically rushed it. Well, at least it's on there good. It'll take a bit to take that off. Well, maybe not. So it hadn't cracked through, but still, yeah, there's some cavities there. Well, lesson learned about that one. That's the armature, and it looks like it was starting to dry rot. So it looks like timber is not necessarily a good way to support a statue either. It's a good thing I got the vacuum cleaner out. So yeah, that blackness on there is mold, which would eventually kill that. So I can see black mold turning up, which would turn to dry rot. So it looks like the first thing we're going to do is change out that armature and research on Google what else I can use. And I'm going to have to save up and buy some clay again and start all over again. I'll clean that pedestal because it looks like I still can use that, and but I'll get rid of that armature. Yes, an armature is also what is the electric centerpiece, or that rotates in an electric motor or generator. Just for some trivial information.